Hey YouTube, I'm back and I've got a new update for my garage for you guys. I know it's been about 6 months since my last post, but since then, the drywall's gone up. My wife thought she'd help and start mudding, so I need to do some sanding. And got a new cabinet and a table saw. So why don't we take a little quick tour of the garage setup now. Starting in this corner, I have my tall cabinet, and it's got a circular saw sits on top of it as its home. Inside, I keep fluids on the top shelf, and then I just a miscellaneous organized way of, like I got my air tools, tap and die set, random boxes of stuff, random air stuff. There's some clamps in the back, circular saw, jacks. They're all 3-ton. Milwaukee drill driver, and then cases like jigsaw, inspection camera, hole saw, set. I don't know what is this one. Oh, rotary tool accessories, and electrical stuff like a crimping tool and whatnot. And at the bottom, shop vac, pail, and mop bucket. So this is the cabinet is the tall and wide Mastercraft cabinet that comes from Canadian Tire, and it's rated for 500 pounds or 1,000 pounds. I think it's 500. Now this cabinet is 6 feet long. It's my new one. I just got it about 3 weeks ago. It's rated for 1,000 pounds. Underneath it is where I store my creeper. And on top of it, I have my Mastercraft Maximum bench grinder. And I took one of the wheels off and I put a wire on it. So I can clean stuff here and I can grind stuff here. And I ordered this off Amazon. It's a dressing tool. So what you do, you turn it on, and then you can get yourself into the corners here to eat away a bit so you have a beveled edge, and it allows you to sharpen different things easier. It's got a light, but the light isn't on its own switch. You have to turn the main power on for the light to come on. The air hose is going to go on the wall after paint and mud, and also on the wall is going to be a TV. So I've got TV cable, electricity, and internet. Over here we're thinking an outlet for a welder. It's not live, don't worry guys. Or electric car. I mean, I don't have one, but that's definitely, you could plug an electric car into there. It's on a 30 amp breaker that is on the sub panel right there for the garage. So inside of this, in the 4-foot opening door section, I've got my hand tool box. It's kind of got a bit of a miscellaneous assortment of stuff in it. Duplicates of tools, and stuff that, like, if I were to just go somewhere, like if a friend called me up and said, hey, something broke, get your ass over here, then I could go over with what's in here. Some extra paint cans and garbage bags. And it's big enough that I was able to put my levels in here. On the lower shelf, I've got a big, beautiful light. My mother-in-law got me this for Christmas. This thing is amazing. What it does is it folds open, and the hooks on the side go under the hood of your car. And it's got about 80 LEDs in it. So it'll really brighten up the engine bay of your car when you're doing work on it. Behind the impact socket set is the 3-ton jack. Now I got that 3-ton jack at Canadian Tire, and it was on sale. It was in their clearance section because it had a damaged box. And it was in there with the 2 jack stands for $45. I mean, for $45, how could you go wrong? Now, moving on into the drawers. In the top drawer, we've got basically nothing. A knife, some safety glasses. Safety glasses up on the top. Because in this garage, safety comes first. Soldering iron, shrink wrap, screwdrivers over at this workstation in case you need to, screw drive something. More screwdrivers, drill bits, staple gun, staples, stud finder, pipe wrenches. Oh, also I've got a 36-inch pipe wrench in the door section because it wouldn't fit in the drawers, and pipe cutter, reciprocating saw, blades, oscillating tool, accessories, easy outs, drill bits, and stuff for the table saw, and trowels and whatnot. So basically the idea was that I sorted my construction, home maintenance, that type of tools over into this section, and I tried to leave that toolbox automotive. It didn't quite work out that way yet, but I'm still working on it. And then I got this table saw. My wife got it for me for Christmas, and it's come in handy a few times already. In the corner, we've got the central vac. The punching bag is going to go back up on the wall over here. I'm going to put it up over there, and it'll have store the bag swung to that side, and it'll be able to come over, and it won't be in the way of the garage door track. So this will be like my workout station against this wall. Compressor. I'm still sorting stuff out, but I'm trying to get this place as neat as possible. On this wall I got some speakers, but they're not hooked up to anything yet. And then I got my toolbox. Full of sockets. And I got some additions since the last video I shot. So the sockets are the same, but I've added this set, and I bought it kind of on an impulse. It's a pass-through set. So that's what the ratchet looks like. And then it's got all the pass-through sockets. This is the metric set. And that won't focus, but it goes up to 19 millimeter on this end and works its way down to an 8 millimeter, and it's got an extension that's also passed through. So the reason I say I don't know if it was a good buy or not, I mean, it was $20, so it wasn't a waste, but I have ratcheting wrenches, so I guess I can use these to break things, like a breaker bar type, and then switch to the wrenches if I'm worried about breaking them. I don't know if I had these locking extensions last time I did this video, but I got this set from Canadian Tire. It's like $90 regular. I got it on it for like $20. The T-handles, I think I had them last time, and I'll tell you what, I tried using the 1/4 inch. I think it was the 1/4 inch, and it didn't fit. It won't fit the 1/4 inch sockets. I don't know if there's a flaw in this one or if they're all like that, but I got to take this back next time I'm in the area. I got it from Princess Auto, and I live in Chatham. We don't have one here, so it's an hour away. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Harbor Freight over in Port Huron for the first time ever, and I picked up a torque wrench there. I grabbed the 3/8 because it goes up to 100 foot-pounds, and my Mastercraft 3/8 torque wrench that my wife got me for Valentine's Day only goes to 20 foot-pounds. It looks like a lot more because it's scaled in inch pounds. And then I have a big 1/2-inch torque wrench. So I got more screwdrivers here. All the screwdrivers that were in the other bench used to be in here too. So the drawers freed up a bit for me to go buy more screwdrivers, I guess. Beside the screwdrivers is nut drivers, smaller screwdrivers, picks, all my ratchets, some crow's feet, nut drivers, and bits. And there's a bit screwdriver right here. Then going next, got my wrenches. I've got metric on this side. These are ratcheting Mastercraft gear wrenches, some obstruction wrenches, and some Allen wrenches. And this is the exact same set, but in SAE. And if you go through my YouTube, you'll see that I did a review on these already, with some product testing, I guess. In this drawer, I got more screwdrivers, some files. It's kind of empty almost. Next to here, crowbars, cold chisels and punches. It's kind of almost empty. This drawer ended up becoming a junk drawer. All kinds of miscellaneous stuff in here. This is the plier drawer. I got them all nice and neatly organized in a plier rack. And they're almost all, actually not almost all the pliers are from the Canadian Tire Mastercraft set. For those of you in the States watching this, Canadian Tire it's a store we have in Canada, obviously, I guess with the name Canadian Tire, and their Mastercraft line is very comparable to your Sears Craftsman. And this is a Mastercraft Maximum toolbox. So the Maximum would be comparable to the Sears Craftsman Professional. And the last two drawers, I got all my sanding stuff in. I got a planer, sander, grinder, another couple sanders down here, some wheels and whatnot. And then here, mallet, blowtorch, battery tester, antifreeze tester, turkey baster type for sucking your battery water out. And I have it, but it's not in here. I loaned it out, a Mighty Vac, you know, for doing your one-man brake bleeding and whatnot. And then I've got the ladder up into the attic. So the plan for the garage is really to finish the walls up, cleaner. I'm thinking of getting a floor. I'm still don't know if I want to do a black and white checker or an epoxy. And then I'm gonna put up some crown molding and baseboard to match the checker plate on the doors, on the drawers here. So let me know what you think in the comments section. And yes, I know it is a one-car garage, but it's what I have. So this is what I have to deal with. Also, I got, I'm not really gonna show it too quick, but right up there and up there, I have two 8-foot C5 lights. So that it's really bright in here, and there's no warm up in the winter. They just come on. Oh, and behind the walls, I did put in insulation. So it'll be nice and toasty for me this winter. Thanks for watching. And please leave some comments in the comment section there if there's any tools you think I should go out and get, and if there's anything that you saw you want to see in a closer review. And also, I just skimmed over some parts in this garage now, but if you watch my earlier toolbox tour, I go much more in depth on the different products in the box. Thanks, and have a good night.